It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
Co-hosted with some of the most talented friends from around the internet. And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. Side Scrollers. Good to see you guys. Joining me as always, producer extraordinaire, sexy mother effer, it's Travis Keys.
Good morning. I'm actually super excited after yesterday for this next week, let's say.
We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on. Lots to share, and it's very, very exciting.
One of my favorite people is going to be on. James,
oh, who's that?
AVGN.
That's right, James. James will be on here in the next few days, scheduled for the 7th, so on Tuesday next week. So very much looking forward to that.
Fangirling
also, what's
Sorry.
that?
Said I'm fangirling a little. Sorry.
You'd be surprised how many people have reached out to me and said, "Hey, can I be on that show?" So we'll see how that goes, including this guy, Adam Krigler.
Tuesday's going to be a pretty big day. I don't know if you know, but it's my birthday on Tuesday. So
Oh, is that right?
I'm pretty
Happy
excited
birthday.
about it. Thank you.
How old are you turning?
My officially entering my late 30s at 39, because I'm not in my late 30s yet.
Okay, I was gonna say, usually that's 36, but 39, that's fine.
Hey, listen, it's a perspective thing. You know, it depends on the angle you view it. All right. No, I'm in my late 30s. It's fine. 39. I turned 39.
Does that mean that I'm in my very late 30s at 41?
No, you're in your early 40s. All right.
Oh, okay.
Denial's a real thing. All right. Trust me, I know.
I am totally embracing my age as we go along.
Me too. Me too.
Someone who doesn't need to worry about that, but is also joining us today, the incredible X-Ray Girl. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for today. That music always pumps me up.
I agree.
That's the idea. Gets you going, man.
Gets me going,
Gets the energy flowing for sure.
X-Ray, welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
back on.
I'm excited. Although I'm just looking at the topics right now, and I don't know what the last one is, and it's kind of scaring me.
Good. It's cool.
Old ass bug.
Yeah, old ass bug. What the
Is
hell is
that
that?
Adam now that he's turning 39?
Whoa.
Yes, it is. Adam.
Whoa. I suppose I probably deserve that for something I did sometime back in my life. I don't know, but damn.
Love it.
My first initial thought when I saw that was like, is it some sort of like weird video game bug that they finally found after like 30 years? They're like, oh, look at this bug. It actually breaks the game. I was wrong.
No,
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You're welcome for
I
the
was
story,
wrong.
by the way.
That's right. We'll get to that in a little bit.
I can't believe you and Mark's birthday is like day next to each other. You're turning the
Well,
same
when's
age.
Mark? When's Mark's birthday?
The 6th.
And he turns 39?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go! All right.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh,
at that.
wow. All right. 84.
Yeah.
I knew there was something about him that I liked. You know.
I have to
Did you
ask
ask-
you.
Did you ask him to come on the show sometime?
Oh crap! I did not. But he heard it. I just,
What-
I
but
have too
I-
many things to do in my producer role. I have to reach out to
All
him.
right. You know what? It's a good reason. I'll accept it.
Adam,
Mark,
I'm
if
gonna
you're
move you.
watching-
I'm gonna move you over here because you're always looking to your left.
I know. Well,
Oh.
because my camera and my screen. You're right.
I
Now,
know.
I'm gonna just be staring at X-Ray Girl the whole time. Great.
It'll be
This isn't
extremely
weird.
awkward if everybody could just
Making
kind
it
of turn
up.
this way. There we go. That's good. There you go.
There we are.
Straight up Brady Bunch. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. And if you guys are also not tuning in for the first time, hit the thumbs up button over on YouTube. You can also find the show over on Spotify and iHeartRadio, coming soon to all the iTunes and all that stuff as well. Still working through that. And we'll make it easy for the patrons as well. We've had a request for the Patreon RSS feed. We'll get that squared away as well. Speaking of, you can support the show over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. So you can watch the post show every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, because this week on Friday and moving forward, all shows will be available and we won't have an exclusive show. I wanted to make talked about it a little bit the other day, but wanted to make sure that the show is made available. And I think for us to make the biggest impact we can possibly make, we want to make sure the show's available to everybody. And if you truly want to support the show, Patreon is a great place to do it. If you support a place of common sense and not insanity. There you go, in the gaming space, because that's the entire mantra of this show, is just reestablish sanity in the video game world.
If we can.
If we can, that's right.
I hope.
We're doing our part.
Yes, we'll see how that goes. So let's see. There is merchandise available. It will be available a little bit later on. I need to triple check on some things before I make it available to everybody. But that'll be a little bit later on. Definitely this afternoon. I'll make sure you let everybody know. So make sure you guys follow Side Scroller Pod on Twitter. I hate that. I hate that we couldn't get the full Side Scrollers Twitter handle. It drives me crazy. Some dude with like 2 followers drives me nuts.
Oh, they don't even use their account? That's always the worst.
No, they don't. And like, what do you do? You tweet Elon Musk, can I have this account? Like, what do you even do?
Buy them. Sometimes they hold the domain for that.
If it's not being used, Twitter should have some policy that, like, if you're inactive or something and somebody wants to buy it with the blue check mark or something, that they should just give it to them.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It feels
well, Mr. Adam Krigler on Twitter.
Eminent domain. I mean, I've had my account since 2009.
Oh wow! Oh,
yeah.
Like one of the first accounts.
Yeah.
I had a Twitter account that like I was one of the guys who just quit Twitter after a while. I was like, I'm tired of it, and because Twitter was insane, and I had an account at 50,000 followers on it. I had it since 2009 as well, and I was like, one day I was like, I can't fucking deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with all these people, these idiots. They're insane. They everything I say is wrong, and everything I say is taken out of context. So I just quit.
That's Twitter in a nutshell. Yeah.
Right. Did you deactivate it and like lose it completely, or?
Oh yeah, it's totally gone. And now somebody else took the handle. So like it's one of those things where somebody snagged it up. But it's like it was another. It doesn't even matter. But I don't really care. I like the fresh start. I'd rather have the @stuttering Craig handle, which is what I have. So whatever, it is what it is. And I feel totally fine with it. So
well, and getting go ahead.
I was just gonna say I had 300 followers the whole time until 2020, and then I actually started using Twitter.
I actually think using the new name's good because you're starting something new at the same time. So everybody who follows will be, well, majoritively will be a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Your metamorphosis.
Right.
Well, I'm becoming a butterfly again. I was in the cocoon for such a long time. So
cue the Hillary Duff song,
or a moth,
or a moth. Yeah, a dusty ass moth. The kind you have in your garage. You're trying to hit with a broom. It's all over the place.
Well, before 40, butterfly. Over 40, you're a moth now.
Moth. Yeah.
Nice.
So embrace the mothness.
Straight up nasty old moth. I'll tell you someone who are not nasty old moths is our wonderful G2 community. They're working their way to nasty old moth. Which, by the way, I'm gonna embrace that. Craig, the nasty old moth.
Embrace it.
Kenzie.
G2s, if you're over 40, you're a dusty old moth. Sorry, no. I don't agree with Craig.
Well, I got 2 years left, 3 years left.
I'll tell you this right now. We have a bunch of DOMs here, dusty old moths in our community. A bunch of DOMs over here.
Dude, you're taking it to a different level, dude.
This is a weird acronym. I don't know about this.
I don't know, man. Oh man, that's funny.
Candid Kenzie, thanks so much for picking up that Side Scrollers vintage Tri-Blend tee. Appreciate that, man. It says getting an awesome shirt today. Let's go. Appreciate that. And Evan came in at the start of the show with the $50.
God damn.
Says under the weather today, so laying back and listen to your smooth, healing voices. Got my merch today, so gonna be rocking it. Evan, you're gonna look as good as you feel.
Wait, I want some merch.
Listen, gotta be a Patreon to get some merch right now.
Oh, yeah, that was fast shipping. Does he like live in the same city of the?
So Evan sneaked a link and was able to find the link early.
Right. Evan,
I forgot about him.
You sneak. Hey, good for him.
With that said, X-Ray, send me your stuff. I'll absolutely send you some merch. 100%.
That'd be lovely.
Have you seen it?
You have to ask Mark first if he wants to come on the show.
Well, he will.
No, you didn't ask him yet.
Well, he said yes.
Did
Well, you
him?
asked him, and he was here. Mark, you're in the chat.
Yeah.
Would you like to come on the pod?
Is he in the house? Can he just come over
He
and
was here
confirm?
Check it out.
earlier.
I need confirmation.
Your puppies
What would you
are
like, X-Ray
adorable,
girl?
by the way.
Oh, is there anything that you would constitute as sexy?
Yes, actually.
The mouse
no.
pad. Very much so.
I wear like
Look at
a
that.
mouse.
Yeah, just put that on.
I'll tell you what. X-Ray. There is some
I'm kidding.
female stuff. I will absolutely find you something. But I'm not.
I like the purple.
You like the purple? Good.
Mhm.
Good.
Side scrollers bikinis coming soon, people.
It'll be side scrollers.
And G2 on the bottom.
That's right.
No,
Yeah,
it'll be a G and a 2.
There you go, right there.
G2.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
G2s. Huh? Hey. No.
That's pretty good. I didn't even get it.
We're off to a rip roaring start today. I love this, man. It's good. Mm-mm. Hey, Mark says mouse pads get me hot. Let's go.
See?
Hey! You know
He's
what I'll be
picture-
wearing
He's
tonight.
picturing you with that mouse pad right now. That's what he's doing.
Thigh scrollers. Love that. That's right.
Side scroller.
don't kink shame me. That's good. Love that.
Oh,
Well,
glorious.
this is, man, we're killing it today. This is the best show we've ever had. I love it. We're talking about all sorts of good stuff. All right. You guys want to get into some news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. All right, sounds good. Let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Yeah, you know, I do need to get an intro made for that.
You do. Yeah,
We
you
like
do.
the
I feel every
hard
single time you're like,
news.
all right, we're going to start talking about the hard news. I'm like, wait, I'm
Can we make a
anticipating
voice
something.
with it? I feel
and
like
then you
there
start-
should be a voice.
If you want me to do the
Yes.
voice, I will do that for you. Chris.
Got it. Here we go. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hardcore news. Was that good? Oh,
That's okay.
what was that?
What was that? Oh God.
Wait, should we do Odin?
Time for hardcore news.
What's this hard news? Not that hardcore, just hard news.
Hard news.
Is that too much? I don't know.
That's
hear
too
it.
hard. That's too hard.
A little too much. All right, let's get into it. Are you guys excited for the Super Mario movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me
I think
too,
it's
me
gonna be
too.
awesome.
I think it'll be
What
really
has-
fun.
What has been the biggest critique of the movie so far, would you say?
The actors being used.
Bingo.
The accent.
I would say
accent.
I think the biggest thing has probably been Chris Pratt again, right? That's the thing that I've heard. It's like
Again.
It plays into the same thing. The accent actor, same thing.
right.
I think the accent is really the problem, and because it sounds, from what I heard, it sounds just like Chris Pratt and not Mario.
We need actual Mario voice.
Charles Martinet. Yeah.
How hard it would it have been to get a voice actor, or at least to train
Like
him to
the
sound
actual
like
one?
Mario? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that has been the biggest critique so far. But the Super Mario movie director says Chris Pratt's casting is perfect. Actually, he's good at playing the blue collar hero, which I don't disagree with. I think that he actually is
Agreed.
a very good blue collar hero. I mean,
Yeah,
You
I
look-
agree with that.
so as we go past Barney here,
But isn't there a difference playing an animated character?
I don't know.
I never pictured Mario as a blue collar hero, but I get that it's actually fundamentally very accurate. He's a plumber.
Yeah, he's a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Absolutely.
I just, like, oh yeah, he's a blue collar hero. All right, never seen it phrased that way.
So he says in the article he did actually had an interview. Says the choice was a divisive call following the 2021 announcement, but it remains that it made total sense. He's really good at playing a blue collar hero with a ton of heart. For the way that Mario is characterized in our film, it fit perfect for him. And I think that's one of the things that people, there's going to be judgments made about Chris Pratt immediately, or the fact that it's not Charles Martinet, who Charles Martinet is the guy who's done the voice for Mario since the mid 90s, like Mario 64, even before Mario 64.
See, I didn't even think it had to be him. It just needed to sound like him, somewhat similar,
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they go with him though? I mean, he's not dead, right? I mean, he's still
No,
still
no.
kicking. So like, why wouldn't they go with him and chose Chris Pratt? Just the name?
Well, I'll tell you what, they'd have saved
Probably.
some money if they'd have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think there's a big play in that. It's Chris Pratt, and I got to be honest. For me, it hasn't bothered me that much in the movie trailers. It really hasn't. It's like, growing up watching the Ninja Turtles. There was the you see the cartoon Ninja Turtles. Then when the movie came out, they sounded different, and it's like you adjust. There's that initial like, ugh, and then you just kind of get past it after 2 minutes. And I think that's what's going to happen here.
As long as he does a good job.
Yeah,
Right.
the problem I think is everyone knows Chris Pratt's voice and sees Chris Pratt in their head. So when you hear Mario speaking and it's Chris Pratt, you're seeing Chris Pratt. It's like it's there. So I think there might be a problem with it. If it was an unknown actor that was playing Mario, it might play better. But the fact that it's him, it's kind of like it's such a recognizable voice. People know that voice as his voice now. So it's not. I don't know. That's the one thing about it that I'm like, well.
So
I don't
here's my thing about it. They hire these big name actors and pay them the big bucks. I'm sure he's making anywhere from $8 to $15 million. Maybe a little less because it's animation, but I'm sure it's a big check because their name brings in viewers. How many viewers is Chris Pratt's name going to bring in on an animated film?
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why those people are cast that way is, like why in
And that's why I'm asking. 'Cause I
Zootopia.
got no clue.
Right. Like it's the same reason why you see any other, like you think of Zootopia, you think of Frozen, right?
Right.
Here-
But usually
Kristen-
they're people with like super recognizable voices, like Iago, whatever dude's name was. I forget his name. Godfrey guy. You know what I'm saying?
Robert Godfrey, yeah.
You hear him and you know him. You know what
Well,
I'm
he's
saying?
dead.
Right. But my point
Damn.
is,
Wow.
my
Okay.
point is usually
Or
they're
Chris
like
Rock.
super,
Is that
super
better?
right.
Oh, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Rock is a very good example.
Very noticeable.
You know
Miley
who Chris
Cyrus.
Rock is. Right.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Well, her voice
Miley
is so
Cyrus.
recognizable. She's done some voice acting,
Yeah.
hasn't she?
Yes,
I
yes.
guess, but I wouldn't have put her on the top of the list.
Well, you would recognize her voice anywhere.
I think
I guess.
Chris Pratt is recognizable, just not that recognizable for his voice. So that's why it's so weird to me.
Well, I think that you look at there's a movie you speak of Chris Rock and Ben Stiller, and it's an animated movie, and they made several sequels of it. It's about the animals in the zoo. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like it has Chris Rock and Ben Stiller and like that little group of people. And
Mhm.
yes, they could have absolutely hired voice actors to do that, but the reality of it is that the voice actors that we listen to in video games, they're not going to draw an audience. And Charles Martinet going on a press tour doesn't draw eyes, right? And that's the other thing
That's a
is
good
Chris
Yeah.
Pratt's going to go on a press tour and they're going to go, tell me about the time that you did this. And Chris Pratt's going to be like, oh, okay, whatever. And Mario's coming out. And that's what's ultimately going to draw. You're not just hiring them for their talent. You're hiring them for their name. You're hiring for the photo ops that are going to be there and
Yeah, I
everything
didn't-
associated with it.
I didn't even think about that part of it, the press tour of it. So people want to do interviews with him because he's famous. So even if it's a movie, an animated children's movie that they aren't necessarily that interested in, they may want to interview him regardless, just to interview Chris Pratt. You know what I mean? And I didn't even think about that. So yeah, it makes sense.
There's much larger decisions, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super concerned about it. Just to kind of put it in perspective, like Charles Martinet has the voice of Mario. He has 228,000 followers on Twitter, right? That's a lot.
Not little, yeah.
It's not little. It's not little. But like on
Now
Instagram,
do Chris Pratt.
right.
7 million?
Yeah. So on
Big
on
difference.
on Instagram, Chris Pratt has 41.6 million followers.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
that's what you're paying for, right? Evan came in with the $5 super chat. Says, I have no issue with Chris's voice so far. The game Mario was never meant to talk. It was meant to sound like beeps and boops and a couple words like Mr. Bean. That's right. We're just kind of getting around it.
He does nail the woohoo.
That's true.
In that one trailer, you hear it, and it's just like you hear it's Chris Pratt, but he does a good job. It sounds like it's like all right.
Maybe he
all
did a
right.
lot of practicing, so.
And
Probably.
I think they were looking forward to the future because there's going to be 5 sequels already in the works. You know what I'm saying? So
1 cajillion %. Like this is for those who don't think this is not just a kickoff to an entire Nintendo universe
line,
of films. Oh my God, this is it's 100% going to be happening.
And
so.
we may even get some crossover. They may have Wario in the works and have, you know what I'm saying, or anything later.
Any of
We
those
may
characters?
get right. We may get a Smash movie later. Who knows?
Maybe there'll be more games. Wonder if they would choose Martinet or Pratt to voice new games.
That's interesting. Now going forward, which is Mario going to be?
You know,
I
If it does
doubt
well.
they'd use his voice for the game. I feel like
I mean, if it does great, they might.
yeah.
so
maybe.
Jay Rome comes in and says people are complaining about Mario's voice. I don't care much for Bowser's or Luigi's voice. Don't get me started on DK either. All I see is Seth Stoner laugh, right? So you talk about Bowser. Bowser is played by
Jack Black.
Yep, which sounds sounds like Jack Black. Right?
Yeah.
And Luigi is Charlie Day, and DK is Seth Stoner going, So and that's pretty much his thing. But I'm right. Like I have no problem. I think people have more emotional attachment to Mario than they do the other characters. They're secondary characters to Mario, which is why people are looking at Chris Pratt, again. And
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even have asked about the other ones.
Right, exactly.
I just want to watch the movie. I think if once I start watching the movie, I'm gonna watch the whole thing and be like, that was a great movie, and not think, man, Chris Pratt's voice ruined that movie. I doubt that's gonna be going through anyone's mind.
The only part about it going through my mind is I wonder if it's cost effective, and that's just the money guy in me.
Drop in the bucket. Drop in the bucket for
Absolutely.
this thing, man. Drop in the bucket.
Mhm.
So just to kind of close this one out, Extra Girl, over under $1 billion earned for the Mario
Oh
movie.
God. Over.
Over?
I would have said
Yeah.
over.
It's
Yeah,
it's
I think
kids
so.
and adults. You got the nostalgia for the adults, and then the kids are gonna want to see it.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Worldwide audience too,
Yeah.
Yep.
because they're not going to ban it for
And
any
look
person
at
or anything
Avatar.
weird.
Technically, kids can watch it, and
Mm-hmm.
it did so well globally. Technically, I mean, I don't know. There's a little.
I think that the movie in the United States is going to kill, but I think it's going to dominate
And
overseas.
Japan. Yeah.
And for a while, I don't see it going like, all right, we've gone and seen it. It's going to be like, months of just doing really well. I feel.
Yeah. I think it'll do great in China too, and I think people
Mhm.
don't give China's box office numbers enough credit. It's been growing steadily over the years, and so much so that they now make Chinese only movies specifically for the Chinese market because they can make that money now.
Yeah, ask John Cena. He knows. With that said, I'm gonna say 1.5 billion. It may approach 2 by the time it's all said and done. I think this movie is going to be literally a top 10 movie all time.
Imagine the merchandising. They're going to make 10 times as much money on toys.
It's already ready.
insane.
It's already out there.
Yep, it is all. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Isn't that cute?
Is that
Look at that
Raccoon
right
The
there.
Mario?
Mickey Mario. It's
Love
supposed
it.
to look like Mark, and it kind of does. We just gotta get him a suit.
Lord Spleech comes in and says, I, for one, would love to see a Nintendo Cinematic Universe / Smash Brothers experience. Oh, yeah. Like,
Agreed.
I think Nintendo up to this point has been a part of a it's been in its own bubble, right? That this gamer culture, and it radiates out, right? It radiates out. It's like the beams kind of hit outside of culture, but I think this is the jumping off point to where Nintendo, specifically Nintendo characters, just become a part of like all culture across the board. I think this is just going to be massive for them. Like in the same way that 10 years ago nobody gave a shit about Ant-Man, right? Now people are going to care about Yoshi or whatever, or some fringe character, Toad or whoever. Or
Well, and not that they didn't have name recognizability to begin with, but now
course.
it's going to be outrageous, like you said.
One thing I like about this is Nintendo has done a really good job of going, we don't care what anyone says. We're going to make sure that our vision is what we do with our vision is it's not compromisable. We're sticking to what we want this to look like, and we're going with that. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. They haven't bowed to anyone, and I love that. Like we need more studios to be like that. Just like, this is what we want, and we're doing that. And if you don't like it, that's fine. We're just gonna do what we want to do. So Nintendo has a good track record.
Haven't they always done that though? Yeah.
That's how art
That's
should
what I'm
be.
saying.
Who's making this movie? Is it Nintendo making, or is it in collaboration with somebody?
So Nintendo's controlling the creative process, but Illumination is doing the animation.
Just makes me wonder if Nintendo's going to open their own like film studio and start. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I think that's
costly.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea, but I think it's a dangerous proposition, right? I thought about a lot of this with like Disney in particular, right? Where Disney was doing so well when they were licensing all their content to Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. Then they're like, no, we're gonna start our own streaming service and keep it all. And now they're losing like $2.5 billion a year on their streaming service. Sometimes it's best just to let the pros do their job, and I think that's what Nintendo should do here. At least for the foreseeable future.
Well, right. At least till they learn everything they can.
Elitron, thank you so much for picking up the distressed hat. Appreciate that. You'll be picking that up, and that'll be looking good soon. Michelle C. Light, thank you so much. Paper Toadette, good to see you. This is 19 months. That's a whole other year. Thanks for being a cool person. Hey, Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Fredder also came in with the tier 3 sub for 25 months, and the Thriller also picked up a Side Scrollers Vintage Tribal Blend t-shirt. Thank you very much for all the support, guys. Appreciate that. And Backyard Tartness says, now moms will know who Foreman Spike is. Who's Foreman? I don't even know who Foreman Spike is. Who's Foreman Spike? Do you guys have any idea who Foreman Spike is?
Nope. I don't know if this is a trap. This feels like a trap.
I don't know. Backyard Tartness is pretty cool about not trapping. So I don't know. Maybe
okay.
If you know who Foreman Spike is in the chat, please let us know. Appreciate that. All right, let's move on to our. Oh, Foreman Spike looks like Wario. Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat. There's a picture of him if you want to Google it, but I've never seen him before. Actually.
He has a huge nose.
It's an actual person.
It's a
that's
cartoon character. Or
He looks like a hammer thrower guy almost.
I've never seen this guy ever. Like I'm a huge Mario fan. Who the hell is this?
Says his first appearance was Wrecking Crew in 1985.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then. From Wrecking Crew and Night. Okay, so yes, I do get that. I do understand this guy. So it looks like he's a Smash trophy. Okay, that's interesting. That's funny. Because they actually. What's funny is on the Mario website, there's a review of the Mario plumbing by this guy, which makes it funny. So
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, love it.
So apparently the only things I see him listed in is Wrecking Crew, Mobile Golf, and then the new movie. So that's
he's in the new movie. That's great. All right. That'll be fun. All right. Let's move on to our next story. I mentioned Ant-Man. Did you guys hear the news? Did you hear the news?
That hard news?
Yes, this is all hard news. Ridiculous
That's what
hard
she
news.
said. I couldn't help myself.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, the screenwriter, was, quote, really sad about negative reviews. Did you see this?
Did they videotape themselves crying? I hope they did. I don't know what you expect.
My question is, did they
really
reach out
sad?
Did they reach out to the reporter and say, "I'm really sad," or did the reporter reach out to them?
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Just seeing that when someone's just really, I'm reaching out to let everyone know I'm really sad.
So sad right now because you hate my work.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's still gonna make $1 billion, but
what were we talking? We're talking. I don't know. There's this. I'm not gonna say it. There's something about really thin skin that they're just. It's like a pandemic unto itself, man. Just too many people have literally no skin.
Take critique.
So
No.
here we go. I love the subtitle. It's like, I'm like, God damn, no, the reviews are wrong. So
Dude, it's the meme. It's the
It's so
freaking
good.
Simpsons guy. Is there something wrong with my movie? No, it's the fans who are wrong.
right, exactly, 100%. All right, so X-Men and the Wasp Quantumania screenwriter Jeff Loveless has reacted to the movie's negative reviews, saying he felt despondent about the film's reception. To be honest, those reviews took me by surprise.
I'm sorry, you called him Loveless, and it's Loveness.
Oh,
and
sorry.
I was going to say, it seems like we already found the problem. Anyway, please
Loveness?
continue. Please
Yeah,
continue.
Loveness. I'm sorry. Jeff Loveness. He says, to be honest, those reviews took me by surprise. I was in a pretty low spot. Those were not good reviews. I was like, what? You know? Loveness said in a recent interview with the Daily Beast, I'm really proud of what I wrote for Jonathan and Michelle Pfeiffer. I thought that was good stuff, you know? And so I was just despondent and I was really sad about it.
Well, it might not even be what she wrote. That's the problem. I mean, I ain't seen the movie, but like, you know what I'm saying?
This
I'm
is a
just-
classic case of I need others to validate me.
Yes.
I need you to
I am
build
not
me
happy
up.
unless you validate me. It's like people need to learn how to validate themselves. If that was like taught in school, like you got to rely on you and believe in yourself and not care what anyone else thinks, and you will
Mhm.
thrive in life.
Yeah, something you said yesterday I loved. I'm self-validated. More people need to be self-validated.
Absolutely.
Believe in themselves. Like, I feel like a lot of people need other people's.
Well, Jeff Loveless certainly does.
That's right.
He has less love for sure.
Krasberg, he says, to be honest, I don't think screenwriters write something they don't personally believe is good, right?
Yeah.
I think that everything they write, they think is awesome, right?
That's
and they're like, this is going to be
problem.
it, right?
So
Well,
I'm
and it-
looking at his IMDb. He has not written any movies before, just TV shows, Rick and Morty, Miracle Workers, apparently the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel Live. So
Right.
Oh, that
It
explains
might be a
resume.
correlation.
the resume is
So-
pretty
I'm
weak.
good. I have some things to say, but I'm not going there. We're good.
All right, well,
Keep
let me-
moving, keep moving.
Yeah, let me continue here. He says, however, watching the movie in a theater with fans who seemed to be enjoying themselves changed his mind. See, he was upset till he went to go see the movie with people in the theaters. He's like, he said, I'm like, God damn, no, the reviews are wrong. I'm right. MODOK is great. I'm pretty happy with it overall. And I think I learned how to take a punch this week. And now I learned that it's not too bad. I can just get on with making things. Then the next sentence is great. The 48% the movie has the second lowest Rotten Tomatoes critic score of any Marvel, with only Eternals behind it.
Well, and here's the thing. So there's such a thing as Marvel burnout as well. People just might have gave it a low rating because they're tired of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Well, have
It's
you
the same-
watched the movies?
No, I
Anyone?
haven't, but I've watched almost every Marvel movie but that one so far. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But it's one of them things like if people get tired of all Marvel movies and you have the same tropes in the movie, yes, it's a different story, but the same things going on.
What
Then
do
of
you
course
know,
they're gonna-
X-Ray Girl? What do you know?
Oh,
It feels
I
like
don't
you
know.
know something.
It's not that I know anything, but even just listening, because I haven't watched the movie, but listening to the,
Oh, okay.
the guys talk on FNT about the movie, the plot and how the movie moves and the dialogue, it just sounds so weak, right? There's a lot of plot holes, and when you make a movie of this caliber, this is the Marvel Universe, you have to have good knowledge of what's happened before and make sure everything makes sense going forward. And it
This-
doesn't sound like he did.
This is why movie writers and television writers stay away from time tropes, right? And this is what this movie's all about, time stuff. You can't expect a casual watcher to track all these time things. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what it's about? I don't know anything about.
I
Ant-Man.
assume
Well,
him
After
going
the
to
time stuff, like
Right.
the snap and the traveling in the universes, there's multiple universes. It opens a big door of lots
hot
of
mess.
issues.
It's a hot mess.
Right.
Yeah.
And I assume Ant-Man has something to do with different universes or time or whatever, just because it's Kang the Conqueror who is from the future. You know what I'm saying? And it's the Kangs or whatever. They're all
I
from
don't-
different
I don't.
universes.
I don't
So-
know anything about it.
I honestly thought Kang was Asian.
No.
A very Asian
Sounds
name.
sounds like an
um,
Asian name.
Yeah.
there
Mongolian,
could be an
maybe I'm
Asian Kang.
Mongolian. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing is there's so many Kangs that there probably is an Asian Kang, you know?
But out there somewhere in one of the universes.
Here you go. I made this meme here. There you go. Did I write a
Thank
bad
you.
movie?
Aw.
There you go.
No,
Love it.
you gotta write Loveless on his forehead.
I'll make it happen. Make it happen for sure. You know, while you guys are over here doing your thing, I'm over here like creating memes. It's great.
Good. That's glorious.
What a dork.
Love it.
You can
Memes are the
you should-
best.
Please post that on Twitter
Okay,
so I can
Yeah.
retweet it.
I'll do that later on. I'll do it later
Okay.
on.
And
All
I
right,
shall retweet it later on.
So he's
Excellent.
sad.
He's sad day, but that's okay, you know, because he learned from it, which is the most important thing. He learned from his mistakes that he cannot. It wasn't his fault. Like
And he-
people are just mean sometimes.
And he
Okay,
probably gets residuals too. So
How
you
many
know, he's-
people? How many people think that he truly learned how to take a punch from this?
No.
That's what he
Bullshit.
said.
He learned how to
I
take a
learned how to
$10
take
million check.
I
is
learned
what
how
he
to take a punch
do.
this week, guys. Next movie bombs.
Saying-
Man, again, guys. What the hell?
Can we just say really quick, like if you're writing a major motion picture and you haven't learned how to take a punch at that point, you've lived a pretty fucking sheltered life.
Well, that's the
Boom.
thing. That's the thing. He
Wait, I got
hasn't
some.
wrote for a major motion picture.
We've
This
got a
is-
winner.
This is the first one. That's the problem.
Like what have you done? You said X-Ray, you said you have his IMDb up?
Yes. So if I can share it if you
She said a
want.
bunch
Sure,
of
please.
TV
Yeah.
stuff.
But so it doesn't sound like he's done a whole hell of a lot.
So that's him. He's 33 years old. This is his IMDb.
we've all
Ant-Man,
failed.
Rick
We've
and
all
Morty.
failed.
Hey, learn something.
I don't know what this is, but TV again, a short TV. There's nothing that says a movie here.
Yeah,
Let's
how do you even
let's
get
actually
into
do
that?
some math here. You said he's 33.
Yeah, 33
Can you
years
scroll
old.
up really quick? Okay, so in scroll back to his he looks like a writer in Hollywood, doesn't he? God dang.
I'm really scared looking at this picture.
Honestly,
Yeah, he
that's a
looks like-
scary image of him. Holy
He looks
shit.
like the murderer guy from that killed them students, doesn't he? Weird. fucking
Yes,
eyes.
holy shit,
Yes,
you're right.
Looks just like him. Google a
Same
picture of him.
eyeballs.
Yeah. Weird.
It doesn't.
Can you-
It always
Can
comes
you
back to the
scroll
eyes,
down
man.
So he stopped staring at me. It's freaky, dude.
Yeah, scroll down just a little bit extra. Go
Thank
to
you.
his
This
go to
is-
his
this is a
Alright,
little bit of
he
a better
looks-
picture.
He looks like a human there. Good.
Yeah.
Goodness sakes.
And not a murderer.
I'll say this: if everybody just looks and they just stare at the screen like this, they will look
Yes.
crazy too. Just open your
man.
eyes really big, and it.
I'm trying my best, okay? It's not working.
So, you know that killer guy that I mentioned? He had a horrible lawyer because when he got out of that police van, he looked at the camera like this, and I'm like, "Well, you're a murderer, dude. You can't get out the van all crazy eyed."
Oh. We scroll down
probably
to
couldn't help it.
his movies again, real quick, just a little bit further.
Sure,
I'm just trying. So 2023, he's 33 years old. So in 2010, he was 20. I just want to see what he's done. So he started writing on Jimmy Kimmel Live when he was 21 years old.
Yeah.
I
I don't think
how
he's-
many people want to bet they know how he got that job?
Oh my God,
I don't
that's
think
insane.
he's ever had failure to learn from. This is,
He-
you know what I'm saying?
Jimmy
Oh,
Kimmel's
God.
terrible, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. I can't stand that show. It's so
I agree.
bad.
I think all late nights trash. So
Agreed.
once again, he wrote the 64th primetime Emmys at 22 years old. What the hell kind of life experience can you write about the primetime Emmys at 22?
And like I said, if you're doing that at 22, how many times have you actually failed in your life? You know what I'm saying? I don't
Who
think
watches
many.
the Emmys? Who watches Emmys? Let's be real. No,
We've
no one
seen the
cares
data.
about the Emmys.
Yeah, nobody gives a
No
shit.
one gives a shit. Yeah, celebrities are dead. Not literally. Like the celebrity
They're
life.
like the celebrities that are really like big are probably plus 40 years old now. There's no like big young ones except for maybe Zendaya. I think she's probably
Is
up
it
there?
Zendaya, not Zendaya? I always said
Zendaya?
Zendaya. I
Oh,
don't know how.
I don't
I
know.
just said
Zendaya.
Reddit. I don't know how to say it.
Zendaya.
Is it day or die? Zendaya or
Chat,
Zendaya?
Let us know.
I'm asking.
Let us know.
Chat's the best. So I don't know.
Oh.
But
They
you're
never
right. Yeah,
lie to us.
yeah.
All
Tom
right.
Cruise is the last real movie star.
Yeah.
Man, what a stud.
Just saying.
What a,
Just
what a
saying. Throwing that out there.
weird, wacky, insane stud
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is. God,
You
he's
nailed
great.
it there.
All right,
Mhm.
Andrew.
Stay.
Andrew came in with the $2 super chat. Says X-Ray loves polls. You like?
Oh, I do.
Good.
I do.
You said that with quite enthusiasm.
Everyone knows that. I always put the polls up in the chat.
Oh, those kind of polls.
Yeah, those
Right.
polls. Not.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
I don't feel like I have that good a relationship with you, X-Ray girl, to be able to laugh about you in
No, you
polls
can.
just
You
yet.
can.
Okay,
It's
good. Well, you can laugh about me in polls too. That's okay.
Mark the
Alright.
Cyborg actually has a pole adapter that he can hook up a pole on his leg instead.
Yep.
No, is it too much? Too much?
No, so people always joked at the beginning of our relationship, they're like, you like Mark the Cyborg because his leg is detachable and mechanic. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
He's like,
What is that?
well,
That's a
someone
reach.
insinuated
wanna-
vibration
Oh
options.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Get into the details now.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yes, and please talk slowly. Weird.
Hey,
Back
we're
up
already going to
TARDIS.
have DSP on later in the week. We don't.
I'm
In a
just
couple weeks.
readying everyone for the debauchery that could ensue.
there's all sorts of debauchery. By the way, Backyard TARDIS, thank you so much for coming in, talking about the crazy guy from Wrecking Crew. Says he's in the movie and and has his voice actor. Okay, well, thank you so much, Backyard TARDIS. Sorry, I'm just now getting to that.
What happened, X-Ray?
I just looked at the chat and Mark says I vibrate on my own anyways.
Oh my gosh. Mark, you're embarrassing your girl. Holy crap.
And now we'll just keep the camera on X-Ray a little bit longer
This is
than
so
we need
embarrassing. You're
to.
getting red.
Just keep it on her.
Mark,
See what
go in the
happens.
room and hand her a banana.
Oh my god. I've only eaten one once on screen, okay? Never again.
That was enough for the internet to remember forever. All right, X-Ray, come on.
Even know what the hell's happened. I love it. I love everything about this. This is great. All right, let's all take a breath and move on to our next story, shall we?
Sure.
It sounds great. Speaking of Nintendo, there's a couple quick hits here as we finish up. Nintendo released some new information about the what the hell? I want to keep talking about this leg thing. Well, hold on. Let's back up.
What else are you
Why
gonna
am I
add?
moving on?
And we are officially off the rails.
That's right. Who the hell cares? Let's go. No. I'm over here trying to be like, let's talk news. No, fuck that. Let's talk about this leg.
So you know Mark the Cyborg has a prosthetic leg.
Well, I'm learning a lot about
No,
Mark.
yeah.
I've heard by the way, heard wonderful, amazing things about Mark.
That he
Amazing
vibrates.
That he
And
vibrates.
he
yeah.
vibrates. Yep.
That's
He
a
looks
selling
like
point.
Mario.
Oh, that's
What else
awesome.
have we learned?
All the key things. He's very good at gaming.
He's got
Very.
a pole adapter for his leg.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
Makes great videos, very in-depth videos.
Very in depth, very beautiful videos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, he's an army medic.
Jesus, you don't have a leg to stand
wow.
on. Great. Fucked up, man. Fucked up. All right. I'll bring it back. All right.
That's why I
So-
want Mark on the show so you can borrow his leg maybe sometime.
Well,
Oh, he
I think-
crawls really fast.
I've seen it. I've
Yep.
seen it. He's done it live to prove
Mhm.
it.
He
I
crawls
might have
very,
egged him
very
on. I don't know
fast.
if it was me or
Yeah,
not, but
may I just say they got some really good prostheses now that are like crazy.
oh yeah.
Like for the legs? Or you
Yeah.
talking about other stuff?
Yeah,
You can get like
anything.
a swimming adapter.
Oh, yeah. We have a
Yeah.
swimming leg. We have the running leg. We
Yeah.
have a battery leg that
Yep.
has ankle
Is that,
flexion.
is that one for the bedroom? You don't bust
oh
that
yeah.
one out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
well,
one's
that's-
really expensive. And the best
Yeah.
part is the army pays for it all too.
Those
Thank you,
ones are-
Canadian Army.
Those
The
ones are like-
vibrating one too? They paid for?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Wow.
those mechanical
Oh.
ones are like
It has
60 grand.
It has a tablet which you can operate the leg with.
Oh my god. So you could like change it from like vibration to like
Yeah.
pulse mode.
oh my god, this is awesome.
And then he has his regular leg. So he has at least 4 legs that he can use on rotation.
So he's got 4 legs to stand on. All right.
Yeah. Well, 5 if you 6.
Whoa.
count his own.
Whoa. Don't get dirty with this, all right? We're
didn't.
riding the line. Oh,
just-
okay.
Oh, don't get
Sorry.
dirty with it.
I'm
We've
just
only been
glad-
talking about vibration for the last 10 minutes.
I'm just glad the
Should call him a
technology.
spider now. Mark the spider.
No. Listen, I
Cyborg
love
spider.
I love that he's also embraced the cyborg nature of his name as well. Just Mark the cyborg. It's outstanding.
Mark's
I love
awesome.
it. All right, Mark, you have an open invite to come on the show anytime. Absolutely.
I'm just
I
glad
still
they.
want X-Ray to ask him. Just because I asked her, she said she
I
would,
did
then
just
she didn't.
today.
I'm just so glad they got better technology for prosthesis because they didn't even have that good stuff in the 90s. So, you know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's so cool going to the shop and seeing how they do things.
I have some questions for Mark, but I'm gonna save it for when he's on the show.
Please.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Please do. I think it's
Refrain.
important.
I know he's in chat, but I'm gonna refrain.
All right. Well, the news was that there's Nintendo stuff happening. It doesn't really matter. Like that, there's Nintendo Switch expansion stuff, and Mario Kart 8 booster pack is coming soon. Wave 4.
Another one?
Yes, it's launching on March 9th. Are you interested in that?
To be
You're-
honest, no. But
Oh.
I'm
Why?
not. I haven't played Switch in months. Almost a year, probably.
Why? What's the reason?
It was really hard with the capture card at first, and then I was only playing the Switch for Mario Kart Sundays, and then I stopped because I work schedule, and I just didn't really pick it up ever since.
Some sort of like Forbidden Frontier or something.
I won't drop
Well-
Forbidden Frontier.
No, I know.
work.
but That's
Okay,
Sunday.
okay. Yeah. Phew, Bimbo moment.
Clearly.
Well, I'll say this. By the way, are you good at Mario Kart, X-Ray?
I beat Rippo once.
So
That's
so,
an achievement. Rip is
I
good.
was talking to Jeremy the other day about this because I've played with Geeks and Gamers crew a couple times, and I get my shit kicked in, right? And so we're in the beginning stages of planning a 150cc tier for all the normies who want to play Mario Kart, but aren't good enough to play 200cc. So we'd be a feeder system for the Geeks and Gamers crew that we can actually compete instead of the 200cc nonsense that is being thrown down over there. And we'll be the minor leagues as we anyway. So we're talking about it. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be fun. So
Nice.
all right. And let's see. Oh, we got one more big news today. One more big item of news today. This is a story coming from Travis, which is kind of on the run sheet. It just says it says old ass bug. That's before every show I put together a list of all the stories, and actually you were tentative about this one. You didn't really know what to think of this.
Well,
So
I just wanted to have a genuine reaction once you started talking about this. So I didn't want to open up the article. So
yes. All right. Well, let's get into it then, because
old. Ooh.
let's check. This is crazy. This is interesting. At least the headline's interesting. I've not read the entire story yet, so don't be mad at me. It says giant flying bug found on side of Walmart turns out to be super rare Jurassic era insect. So on a road trip to an Arkansas Walmart to pick up milk, a university scientist made a historically buggy discovery. Some director Michael from the director of Penn State's University Insect Identification Lab. What a small world that this guy's driving through Arkansas to do this. Found a mysteriously large insect outside a Fayetteville's building, and an experience he remembers vividly. I saw this huge insect on the side of the building. I thought it was interesting, so I put it in my hand and did the rest of my shopping with it between my fingers.
Ew! Why?
Well,
I got home.
Phrasing on this next sentence.
I got home, mounted it, and then
And
promptly
started
forgot
riding it
about it.
around. I'm sorry. Wait.
and promptly forgot about it for almost a decade.
A
Little did he
Oh my
know.
God.
Little did he know that years later, the giant flying bug was a quote super rare Jurassic era insect. But let's just be really clear. He's the guy. He's part of the Insect Identification Lab at Penn State. And he found this, and he didn't know that it was a super rare Jurassic era insect.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense
says
to me?
It says a lot about
Maybe
How
he's a
meritocracy
bimbo.
is dead.
He's a bimbo insectologist. It's okay.
You know what the thing that's not here is a picture of this damn thing.
Yeah. Go
How
down and hit
dare they not have
story
a picture?
continues.
I wanted to see.
No, up in yeah, there it is.
Okay.
There
Oh,
it is.
that's it. Okay. Oh, thank
Oh.
God.
How big
God.
is it? I can't tell.
Well, they
Well, he held it in his hand, so
that's a big old bug from then.
Yeah.
We realized together that the insect was not what it was labeled, and it was in fact a super rare giant lacewing. I still remember the feeling. It was so gratifying to know that the excitement doesn't dim. The wonder isn't lost. Here we are making a true discovery in the middle of an online lab course.
Here
at
I
a
am.
Walmart.
Here I am. I found a Jurassic bug and then I killed it.
Yeah, he did murder, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yay,
Tried to
science.
try
What
to
if
Look
it
at
was
the
the
mouse
last?
mouse.
What if it was a mama and was like gonna
Pregnant.
finally, the last one? They're like, oh, we look closely and there's a bunch of eggs on it, and like, ooh,
Yeah, this is what I don't get
about
about
that.
them when they find like a super rare fish. Throw it back. What are you doing killing the fucking thing? If we've only seen one in 200 years, put it back.
I
Well,
don't
he
think they
didn't- he
do that
didn't
with
know.
fish. Fishing is very, very regulated unless it's in the open sea, and then no holds bar. Which
Oh
is
my
kinda
God.
sad,
Oh,
but-
have you ever seen the website People of Walmart? It's so funny.
Great website.
Yeah.
The
Sad.
first comment there. Give it up for Robert One. Says I've seen all sorts of rare species at Walmart as well, but these are all shopping.
Great comment.
Great comment right there. Peopleofwalmart.com. Is that where we should go next?
I don't remember if it was that specifically, but
I've
this
seen
was, like-
I've seen I think like Twitter pages with that kind of vibe.
Oh yeah. Twitter has taken over the
here,
ability
there's
to
a
just post
Reddit of
imagery.
People of Walmart. Let me see if there's some funny
Oh, here we go.
pictures here.
I mean, the thing about it is that we've all been there. I was in Walmart yesterday, literally yesterday. So
Is that an alligator on the floor?
it sure is.
He's
Little-
walking
little cute-
his pet.
His pet. This must be in Florida.
Hey.
Nowhere else.
They,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have
Florida.
issues with that too because people will get them and then they start getting bigger and then they'll just release them and then they cause havoc in the area.
That is his safety animal.
I used to live in
guys.
Florida. It's
Oh
It's a-
my
it's a
God.
different
Oh
world.
my-
Look at this
cat.
lady. This lady, man.
That is a strapless shirt, and oh wow.
Serving almost as a belt.
You know what? When you're that old, though, sometimes that happens. I helped so as an X-ray tech, I helped this old lady change, and I was helping her with her pants, and she just all of a sudden takes her boobs and tucks it in her pants, and I go, I guess you don't have a bra.
So my aunt would put her arms under her boobs to keep them warm. She was a bigger lady, let's say.
did
Can't
she
do
shop
that.
at Walmart?
She did. Actually, funny story. Her car caught, not funny, but her car caught fire once in the Walmart parking lot, and all of her kids' Christmas presents were in the trunk. Not why, you ask, because their car leaked oil. So what
I
did
didn't
they
ask.
do? They just kept adding oil to it. Didn't check it. Just keep throwing it in there.
Wow.
Fuck. It's
Wasting
leaking
it.
oil. Just keep putting it in. So it caught fire
Awesome.
one day. Burned everything up.
Hope they're okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're fine.
I was gonna say,
Car burned.
Were the kids in the car as well? Was this a horrible catastrophe? There's
What
so
happened
many
to the
questions there.
presents, man?
They burned up. But
Oh
I'm just
no!
Awesome. All right. I was gonna save this for tomorrow, but let's go. I will save this tomorrow. So everybody can tune in. I have received an email from Darkside Phil, and tomorrow I will read that email on Side Scrollers. So you guys
Okay.
got to tune in for that. There was a lot of talk about DSP after we announced things. I will be reading the email on the show tomorrow. He said it's okay to read it, which is great. I will read our correspondence. So I need you guys to come back and watch it tomorrow. So should be the correspondence has continued. So, and there you go. That is the news for today. We've done it. We made it through the news. You
That
can
was a
tell
lot
it's-
of hard news. I
We
couldn't
did it,
take
guys.
It's very hard hitting today. Very hard hitting. Nonstop journalist right there. It was crazy.
Pros.
So, what'd you say? Gross?
I said pros.
Oh,
Oh.
that's non-stop journaling. Gross.
Gross.
Yeah, you wanted some nice graphics. Let's move on to our middle segment, which is actually our last segment. There you go. Look, once again, the graphics will improve over time, but we'll get there.
It's cute. You know, it's
Squeezed right
cute.
in and broke it.
The
Listen,
sound
that-
makes it almost weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
that sound
the
is
glass
interesting,
breaking?
isn't it?
Or the
No, the
Yeah, it's like an
Not
accordion.
before the glass. I don't even
exactly
know.
what I thought too, and I was like, oh,
It's like
It's
Right
almost
in
like
there.
the sound of like a balloon, like your fingers on a balloon almost.
Yeah, I agree.
that
I
makes
agree.
me feel better about it. Actually,
it wasn't
picturing
just you that
Thank
thought
you.
that.
Yeah.
I will
Me
say
and
this.
X-Ray, we were like,
In addition, tomorrow, one of the things we're going to do on our show is we're going to take patron questions. So all you guys
Oh,
over on Patreon, you guys be on the lookout for a
Ooh.
post later today. You guys can ask us questions. We'll be answering them throughout the show. And that'll be a nice little Patreon perk. But once again, the show will be live tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that.
Got
With that
some
said,
exciting ideas for Patreon coming up.
Indeed. So earlier this week, we talked about we talked about some games that were a couple games that didn't see very successful launches. They were they kind of launched and they fell flat. So I went through and I found I went to. Do you guys remember E-Bombs World? Do you guys
Yeah.
remember that E-Bombs
Yeah.
World?
Yeah.
X-Ray, do you remember E-Bombs World?
I'm gonna Google it because I
Had
have
the
no
big
idea.
rat on it, didn't it?
I don't know if it was in Canada.
E-Bombs World.
It
Is
was
that
a
a
physical
store?
place, wasn't it?
So E-Bombs World was a prominent site in the mid 2000s into the late 2010s that was known for comedy. It was kind of like a hub for comedy, and it was kind of destroyed by YouTube, over time. But they're still at it. They're still at it. Or at least they were in 2021 when this article was created. And I found 15 overhyped games that failed miserably on release, and I figured we can kind of talk about each one of these games as we go along, and if we have any experience with them, I'm sure Adam will, because he's a hardcore gamer.
I'm trying
So
to think. I want to guess, like maybe Battlefront 2 has got to be on there.
I guess-
Battlefront 2 has got to be on there. Got any other guy? Well,
Oh.
you've already read it.
Do you,
X-Ray,
I
you
have.
think you can guess one?
What kind of games
Do you
are we?
guys know-
Top 15 most overhyped games that failed miserably when they actually arrived.
Which game
before
did
he
you?
does it, can I tell you
I
said
guys
didn't
Battlefront
what
play
I
two.
thought
games
of?
Oh, okay.
till 2020-ish. So
No, that's,
Oh, wow.
that's totally
Okay.
fine. Yes, Travis.
When you said E-Bombs World, I immediately thought of Beekman's World for some reason. If anybody knows what that is.
No idea.
I know Beekman's World. Yeah, that's an old cartoon from way back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or old live action show. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna count these down. They're just in order here, and I think you'll get a big kick out of these, Adam, for sure. So,
Okay. right.
number one, Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, yes.
I don't agree
Cyberpunk.
with this,
I
though, I gotta
don't.
say, because I got it right away and
I
I had
loved
no
it.
issues.
loved
Everyone
it.
was bitching and complaining, and all the people who were bitching were complaining were on PS4s and Xbox Ones, or like the previous, and it didn't work. And I played it on my gaming PC, and it was freaking beautiful. The game was awesome. I had a great time with it. So, but
Yeah.
I get that it did flop because of that. But
Yeah,
Don't agree.
this was obviously a very very polarizing game when
Yeah.
it was released, for sure. And I think this is already 3 years ago. I mean, have they continued to support Cyberpunk?
oh yeah,
Yeah, they did a
they've
huge
updated a
update
lot.
recently, like a couple months ago. It runs beautifully.
All right, well,
One-
let's continue on. So apparently, E-Bombs World is trash bags with their list. Number 2, Star Citizen.
I've never even heard of that.
You know this one, Adam?
I've heard of it, but I never played it.
Says the intergalactic hype train was meant to explore the universe slightly too slowly. Star Citizen was going to be the best-looking space adventure that was backed by countless players. Sadly, it was released in alpha stage in 2015 and stayed there for the next 6 years. And now nothing has been introduced. Next, this was kind of interesting. No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
This was a colossal failure at launch. This is one of those things that I remember there was so much hype around No Man's Sky, and then when it was released, it was like, that's it. because the idea was that this was a never-ending game. You're exploring the universe with a universe that is always expanding and always being created, and no two adventures are the same, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, as Robert says, No Man's Sky is wonderful now, which kind of goes to what you were saying about the first game. So let's continue on. Assassin's Creed Unity, which I'm not a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed games personally.
Same.
I've never really been into those. Watch Dogs. I remember seeing the trailer for this game and thinking, God, this game is going to look awesome, going to look great. And but yeah, people wanted the freedom of Grand Theft Auto, but it was a little more linear.
I was gonna say it looks like GTA.
Yeah, and it had the thing is you could hack people's phones in it. It was all
Well, that's
built-
kind of cool.
yeah, it was a really cool take. So people were really excited about it. It was done by Ubisoft, and yeah, it was meant to be like a GTA killer, and it did not.
I know some people that really enjoyed that game.
Oh yeah. They made a sequel. I mean, it did well enough to make a sequel for sure.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever, obviously. Duke Nukem Forever.
Remember
10 years of development, released. It's funny. I told the story before, but the long and short of it is there was a guy who was really big on Reddit who had a GameStop receipt for his pre-order when the game was first put out in 1999. When they first allowed for pre-orders, and he held on to that. And GameStop honored it after it was released like 10, 11, 12 years later. And I actually went to the store with the guy when he picked up his copy and went back and he played it. And he was like, this game kind of sucks. So, and it did. It did. Aliens, Colonial Marines. Oh man. Yeah. This was going to be a pretty fire trailer when it was released. And then I remember playing it and it was just kind of like I don't know.
Was this released after Alien Isolation?
I don't think so. I think
No,
it was
Alien
before.
Isolation was released after. Did you
Yeah.
Oh,
did you play
okay.
Alien Isolation X-Ray?
I love that game. It is scary, so freaking scary. But yeah, okay, because the graphics make it look like it maybe came out afterwards, at least from the picture.
You can always tell a graphics like by just looking at a guy's face. When you look at their face, it's like
With
like
this one,
PlayStation 3 era.
I think it was just released too soon. I don't think it was done. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
I'd rather delay than have a crappy game.
Agreed.
Yes. And Nintendo does that all the time, where they're like, look, it's not ready. And when it comes out, like they've done that with Metroid Prime 4, and they've done that with several games. I 100% agree.
I also wish they would finish the game instead of releasing the product and then claiming a DLC is a
Yeah.
DLC when in reality it was supposed to be part of the original game, and they just like couldn't fit it all in.
It's just maddening when
Time.
they do that.
Yeah, I hate that.
Next is Evolve. Do you guys remember this one? This is
Sounds
going to be like,
familiar.
this is going to be like a 4-player Left 4 Dead style thing where there's like team aspects to it, to where you're going in and you're fighting these giant monsters. And it launched and it was like, And it was
This could have looked fun. That looks fun. The
Yeah.
picture.
well, that's the thing. It looked really good until it came out.
Until
And then
it
people were like,
wasn't.
what the hell? Yeah. Anthem. This was going to be like,
Oh yeah.
Anthem was
I
going to be
remember
the
this
game. Yeah.
Well, because Destiny 2 came out in 2019 too, and everyone was like, "Oh man, Anthem or Destiny," and Anthem didn't go anywhere.
Some of them have such potential too. Think of all the lost potential and lost money. Just sad.
The Order 1886. This game, I remember looking at this game being like, I can't believe games look this good. I can't believe it. And it turned out it was pretty much just a giant bunch of cutscenes the entire game. It was like a movie.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but The Order 1886. Outriders. I'm not familiar with this one. Do you guys know Outriders?
don't
I'm sure you.
Understand why that failed. I mean, that was a fun game. It was cool. It seemed to do well. A lot of the people that I play with really enjoyed it. I don't remember this bombing at all.
This is
I
supposed to
played
be a Destiny killer.
There's something about it that didn't feel as well-rounded like Destiny feels. Like Bungie has Halo. They have all like a long time of really figuring it out. Outriders, it felt like it was a game from 2010 with 2021 graphics in it. just the way that it felt. I don't know. It was a good game. I don't know why it would be on this list. I thought it was pretty good.
Because E-Bombs Worlds are not hardcore video game journalists. That's why. Travis just bounced up. She'll be back in a minute. The Avengers. I've heard a lot of bad things about this.
Did that even come out?
Let's see. When the game developers first released a trailer, it quickly became the talk of the town. After all, it was the first time Marvel's comic book heroes were coming to life in such a scale. Sadly, the game suffers from microtransactions, bad story button mashing gameplay, and an uninspired level design.
Hold on.
this
I
is-
thought they
don't
didn't
look
even
good.
release it.
You tell me this doesn't look good? Look at these. Look at those.
No, dude,
Another-
it's crap, dude. It looks like
It looks
absolute ass.
really bad. The Thor's outfit just looks
It does. It looks like he has a bunch of plates
looks
on.
like a
He
magnet.
does look like plates.
He's about to have dinner on his chest, which is good. Yeah.
And his hair, Hulk's hair is horrible.
He looks like a 45-year-old dude. Disagree. It's crazy.
Oh my God. Here, wait, look at this. This is I'm looking at the website for the game.
Mhm.
Look at the cast of characters here.
Oh wow, sharp. They look good.
Winter Soldier looks cool.
Wait.
Thor looks weird.
Miss Marvel's hand is like ginormous.
Yeah, why she
compared
got
to-
big old
Yeah,
hand?
yeah, that's weird.
That's
yeah, I don't get
weird.
that. And
She's
the mighty. Oh my goodness.
The mighty Thor is there.
This is just regular Thor over here. This is the mighty Thor.
why is that? What's the deal with that? Why is there a Thor and a mighty Thor? What's the because I've never heard of the mighty Thor till literally right now. Who is the mighty Thor?
Natalie
Jane
Portman.
Foster.
Natalie
Well,
Portman
that's
is the mighty
actor.
Thor.
That's the
Yeah,
actor.
yeah,
that
Jane Foster.
plays.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
She
Um,
became Thor. Thor.
I never saw that Thor. Love and Thunder.
Um,
Never saw
I
it.
did. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was fun. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. Probably because I had low
The
expectations.
snap scene was it when he you flicked too hard, damn it.
You flicked hard enough for me.
That's why. Be honest. Be honest. That's why you like the movie.
It's a part of it. But-
Got you. hmm
Hi, Mark.
Well, look, I don't know anything about that game, but it obviously didn't live up to expectations. The thing about like the MCU, just the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I've said this many times before. I personally, when I miss a movie in a franchise, I'm out. Like I'm out because I don't want to. Like I've not watched the Harry Potter franchise. I haven't watched the Fast and Furious franchise. I haven't watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings because these were released, and then it just seemed like I didn't see one movie, and then another movie came out. I'm like, oh God, I gotta go back and watch that movie before I go watch this movie to know what's going on. And there's so much that I don't want to. At this point, if I was to watch the MCU, I'd have to devote like 2 days of my life to catch up, and I don't want to do that.
Homework.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass, and and I know that's crazy because some people are like Harry Potter. It's so much fun. It's great. I didn't grow up with Harry Potter because my wife did. She loves all the movies. She's seen all the
You're a
movies. but-
dusty old moth. That's why.
That's right. I'm a dom.
You're a dom.
That's right.
Doms
a few
are
other
into
ga-
Harry Potter.
There's a few other games on this list, but who really cares? Because whatever, it's E-Bombs World's list. It's Bomberman Act Zero, APB, and Mighty Number 9. Do you guys remember Mighty Number 9? Do you remember hearing about
Never
that?
even heard of it.
That was the new Mega Man game that was going to be big. So that's right. Tick rules is right. Craig's too busy being awesome, just walking around, just being awesome all day long.
Being a
Just
dom.
doing my best. Being a dom. Love it. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we got today. Adam, do you have anything?
Well, I have been playing Destiny, and there's it's getting some backlash right now.
Oh yeah, tell me
because-
about this.
Well, everyone's complaining because there is a non-binary character in the campaign. And do you know what that is, Craig? Do you know?
I'm familiar with non-binary characters. Yes, non-binary people. Yes.
So the campaign takes place on Neptune, and there is a split of humans that actually went to Neptune a long time ago, and they never actually collapsed. It was like a sheltered world that they turned into this civilization where they live inside a computer. At least that's what I think is what's going on, or what happened is they're all connected and live in VR, virtual reality, in the world.
That's what
Um,
VR means, virtual reality.
yes, it does.
Okay,
And
just checking. All right.
it's kind of like it's kind of like Wally World, but instead of everyone getting fat and sitting in chairs, they just live in pods, and their brains are living in virtual reality. And when you get
Oh.
there, there's only two characters that are actually out and about, and they're like defending the. I guess I don't want to give away the campaign, but one of them happens to be non-binary, and they made a point of, they meaning Bungie. There's a line in there that says like, "Oh, are you gonna go follow them and see why they left early?" And it's like grammatically, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
I don't support changing language in this sense. I feel like the people who are recognizing themselves as non-binary are trying to create language for something that is just, there's only male. I don't care if I'm going to piss people off, but there's only male and female. And it's like there's only two, and you can be a feminine man, you can be a masculine woman. It doesn't mean that you're a different sex. And non-binary is nonsense. I that's just how I feel. So I've already been tagged in many things like, oh, so you're gonna stop playing Destiny now, right? You're gonna, because Bungie went woke, and it's like, well, I don't really care about this. They don't make it too obvious. It's just that one line, and now, of course, the
Yeah.
community is taking it and going, "We've got a champion. We've got like, oh, we're represented." And it's like, yeah, okay, it's a small part. The character's fucking annoying. I'll be honest. Like the way that they're portrayed is they're, I don't know, insecure and over enthusiastic about things that you shouldn't be. I don't know. It just feels like they're trying to make the character seem like they're trying too hard to be liked. And I don't know. There's something that's annoying about that to me. I would have been annoyed. I was annoyed by the character before I even like heard the line and like made the connection that it was like a non-binary person. But overall, it doesn't bother me too much. Like, I don't really care. The game itself, I've been playing Destiny 1 since the very beginning of Destiny. And the changes that they made to Destiny 2 are it's crazy how much things they've changed. One of the things that I love the most is that they changed the way that new players learn the game. There's a lot of mechanics in the different raids, the different end game stuff, that if you don't know how to do it, it's so much more to learn. And you look at a raid and you're like, wow, that's intimidating. I don't know how to do anything. But throughout the campaign, I feel like it was designed for new players because it teaches you different mechanics that are used in different raids. So by the time you're done with the newest campaign, you actually have kind of a general sense of how to do things when you see them in a raid. You might go into a raid and be like, hey, I actually recognize how to open this door because I did it that one time in the campaign. And that's something that they didn't do very well before. It was like the campaign, and then you got to learn how to do all the raids and the dungeons and all this end game stuff. And it's daunting because there's so much to learn. So it's almost like the way they prepped it is like for newer players to like learn how to do it. The campaign was freaking easy. I beat it in one night with a buddy of mine on legendary, like on the hard mode. And Witch Queen, the last DLC, the legendary mode was freaking tough. It was actually a challenge for me and like the rest of the community, and they loved it. They liked that challenge. They liked repping the emblem because you earned it. But this legendary campaign, it felt like they just threw in the tutorial on how to use the new subclass, which is called Strand. And that's really what it was. The campaign was just one long way of like slowly learning how to use this new subclass. And I felt like that was a little lazy. I feel like that should have been separate from the campaign. They should have had a whole quest line of learning your new subclass and then having the campaign be as tough as it should have been. And it felt a little lackluster, and I was a little disappointed in that. I do really like the mod system. They changed the whole entire mods. The reason I like it is because it gives access to different builds for everybody. If you're a new player going into Destiny 2, you don't have to wait for months to hopefully Ada 1 is one of the NPCs that would sell you mods. You don't have to do that anymore. Everyone gets every mod. So suddenly, if you're a new player and you see some freaking endgame guardian killing everyone, and you're like, how are you doing that? You look at his gear, you look at his setup, you can kind of emulate it right off the bat and, you know, jump into some of the endgame stuff as soon as you have your light level. So overall, I think it was a good shift in the way that they have the game. I'm a little disappointed with the campaign. They could have done a little bit better of a job, but there's still a lot of stuff that I actually haven't done yet, because when I finished the campaign, there's some quest lines that opened up to do other things, and there's a new season of the Defiance, I believe it's called.
I love how passionate you are on this.
Yeah.
Like you clearly know what you're talking about. Now, I don't know what the hell you just said for the past 5 minutes, but I appreciate
That's my
it.
breakdown of Destiny 2. So
Like I feel like we should give you like it's like 3 minutes with Adam Krigler, and it's like you just go on your 3 minutes of talking about, you know, raids and all sorts of stuff, which is great. I love it.
Krigler's
people
Corner.
There you
Krigler's
go.
Corner. I do like
Love it.
that. Yeah.
Love
For
it.
those who are
Sounds
familiar
really
with the
nice.
Destiny universe, they would understand what I was saying. So
That's right.
um,
I'm gonna write that down. Little Krigler's Corner. Write that
Krigler's
down.
love
So
Corner.
make a regular segment for that.
It used to
I'm
be
down.
not MTV. We had a Much Music Canadian version of MTV, and we had Speaker's Corner, where people would just pay money and just say their thoughts to a video camera, and then they put it on TV.
That's funny.
fun.
Love it.
Mhm.
And
Back in the day.
got to be interesting. There's probably some
Oh, I'm
crazy
sure
stuff that
there's
happened from that.
I would not want to be the person that goes
Welcome
through
to
that
Krigler's
footage.
Corner. Today
Yeah.
we're talking about Destiny 2. Tomorrow, Diablo 4. What will it bring?
Oh my
will it
gosh.
be as good as Diablo 2? Or will it be a flop like Diablo 3?
Have you
next
played
week
Sons
on
of the
Krigler's-
Forest?
I've seen it.
You should play it.
Garrett said, "Hey, we play." Is that the new Sundays game?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like Valheim, but with zombie creatures almost. It's like the
Oh, that
closest thing I
sounds
could think.
awesome. See,
Yeah.
Garrett didn't do a good job. He was like, "Oh, you should play. It's fun," and then like that's it. But Valheim with zombies in the
Oh
forest.
yeah, just
And I've
reading.
seen
And cannibals.
and I've seen the graphics looks good.
Mhm.
Destiny is a great game. I said what I said. I approve Krigler's Corner. Work that corner.
That's right.
I will. So come by and
Yeah.
pick me up. Wait, what are we talking about?
Wow. Okay.
There's a pole on the corner. I'm borrowing it from Mark the Cyborg.
He's using
I
Mark's
love bringing it
pole on the
back.
corner.
I love bringing it back.
Let's do this before we wrap.
Mark,
Actually,
you're welcome on my corner anytime you want.
love that.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Craig. Please.
No, it's
continue.
okay. No. Trav, I muted you just because you got your background noise going on. So just heads up. Also, I wanted to point out that I don't know if you know this, X-Ray, but we have a star amongst us. A star, and it's not me. It's the gentleman directly below you. That sounds wrong.
I haven't had another gentleman below me. That's not Mark. This feels very uncomfortable.
Listen,
Well, don't
sometimes
put
you
me on
start-
top of her. That'll be even worse. I don't know what's happening right now.
But we have a superstar voice actor
Oh, cool. Yeah.
joining us as well.
Oh.
And by the way, Adam, you have been moved on top of X-Ray.
Jesus. Ah,
Wow,
goodness.
wow.
Sorry, Mark. I'm on
We
top of your girl right now.
Craig the Dom and Adam Krigler above me.
Well, the Dom forced me to be here, so
That's true.
Well, what's worse is it did look like this a second ago. So that's that's it. All right. So you are apparently a voice actor in this, Adam. Is that right?
yeah. So this is Drag
Oh.
the Dead. This is by David Murdoch. He did this game. It's called Drag the Dead, and it's a zombie shooting game. And he asked me if I want to do a voiceover for one of the zombies that you meet. Well, it's not a zombie. It is a zombie, but in this scene, I'm a zombie that actually regains sentience and kind of realizes what they did. So this is the scene that I'm in, and yeah, it's cool.
Let's check it out. Let's all explore. Is this your world debut of voice acting?
Yeah,
is this-
I think so. I think it's the first voice acting thing that I've done. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's find out.
What happened to you?
I don't know.
I got caught up in the crowd. People scared,
Is that you?
Oh,
Okay.
screaming.
What did you know about what was going on?
Nothing at all. They were scared, so I got scared. Then people were talking about, I don't know, just fear and paranoia. Pizza cafes, Russian bots, Italian satellites, fascists everywhere. You had to defend against it.
The fascists? And you got caught up in it.
Didn't you?
Does it look like I follow any herd?
Where's all this come from? How did it start?
Not sure, baby, but I have a pretty good idea.
The last thing I remember is the kidnapping. Getting stolen away like I was
An ogre?
a what?
You really need to pay attention.
Need any help?
Honey, you're in no shape.
Little happy face on your liver right there. It's good.
That's not my liver.
Oh, I just know. Oh, you ate somebody
it
up.
looks like a
That's good.
stomach.
Well, I
maybe.
see the little happy face though, little eyes, and then the.
I see
oh,
I see it.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, and there's ears
Yeah.
too.
Oh, there's ears. Look at that. That's nice. If you look at it upside down, there's. Sorry, I get distracted.
It doesn't look like a happy face if you flip it upside down.
That's true.
He looks like he's in distress.
It looks like he's talking or something. Just like, "Ugh." All right.
I hate people.
Honey, just don't let yourself get swallowed up in some manufactured sense of guilt now.
Guilt. I'm not guilty. I'm right. I care. I'm right. I trust the plan.
Oh no!
Forgive me for caring.
Whoa there, buddy.
Check your privilege.
Oh my god.
What the hell is
Check.
happening?
I have
There you
no
go.
idea.
What
There we go.
what just
Whoa,
happened?
whoa.
Insane.
I feel
Hey!
very zoomed
Sorry.
in. Okay, there we
There you
go.
go. Sorry.
Close-up shot.
So, walk me through that again. What exactly? Oh, sorry. What exactly was going on with this? I don't quite
So-
understand.
So this is a game where zombies have taken over, and the characters blasting through everyone and encounters a zombie that actually regains that, like almost like the person inside of him gets control of the body again and is like realizing what's going on. And yeah, and that was it. And I realized I ate people, and then I turned back into a zombie and get blown away.
And Soylent Green
Oh.
is people, right?
Right. Well, I
Don't
realized
ruin the
I
movie
ate people.
For me. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it.
Uncle Hotep also does a voice line in there, and there's some Krigler coffee ads on the walls,
Oh.
which is kind of cool. So yeah,
Nice. nice.
shout out to Dave. He's doing Drag the Dead. Check it out.
There
It's
you
not
go.
out yet,
All right.
but it's coming soon.
Is,
it'll be on
what's it going to be available on?
I
Steam?
think all platforms. I probably for download, but I know it's going to be on Steam. So
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Captain Toronto says that reminds me that YouTube's Longman Mahler did voice acting for an Ant game a few years ago. So funny. I think he's in a random game like that.
nice.
I want to call him the Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
You should.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Listen, this was a really, really fun show. X-Ray, I really enjoy having you on the show. You're super fun. You're super fun to
Thank you. I
talk
enjoy
and-
being here.
good stuff. Well, let's get out of here with some tunes. With that said, we're going to be making our way over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. So make sure you guys head over there. If you guys are not patrons, you can do that. Head over there right now and continue the support. We'd greatly appreciate that. With that said, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Once again, I'm going to be reading an email from from Darkside Phil, as well as, we're going to be back doing some patron questions as well. So it's going to be a fun day. I promise you that. With that said, X-Ray, do you have anything you want to talk about or promote?
I will be on Secrets of the Frost Maiden on the Geeks and Gamers tabletop channel once we're done here. So head on over there if you can.
Oh, yeah. Give us a link. We'll pop it over there. We'll do a little raid.
Uh,
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it right
um,
here.
Adam, you got anything?
Well, I stream Monday through Friday here on Side Scrollers, and then I go live on my Rumble and Locals channel. I've been streaming Destiny 2 content since I started streaming over there. I have a Sunday show called Forbidden Frontiers with Garrett and Gary from Nerdrotic, and of course, X-Ray's been joining us, which is pretty awesome as well because she's fantastic. So check it out. This Sunday, we're talking about ghosts and ghost stories. We all have a few, and I'm like,
gonna get creeped out.
it's
I have a
it's
feeling.
cool. It's a lot of fun. And then of course I go live on Mondays on my YouTube channel and Rumble channel for Base Staff Monday, where I have a bunch of awesome people come and we just shoot the shit and talk about random stuff. And it's a lot of fun. So check out my stuff. Also, if you are in the States, it's unfortunate I only ship to the States because everything's expensive, but I have a coffee company as well called Krigler Coffee, and it is roasted on order, so you know that it's the freshest coffee you can get.
Yeah.
It has a roasted on date, not a Best Buy date. And it
I
is
need
delicious.
to
Enjoy.
get your order of coffee to someone before I go to Vegas.
Yeah, that's right. Vegas is coming up, so the Geeks and Gamers meetup / Nerdrotic meetup is happening in Vegas soon. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I feel like I should go out to that.
Yes, you
should.
should.
You
I would
should.
love to meet you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You
What
should.
what day is that exactly?
April 26th.
Okay, I'll see if I can make that happen. Is it a weekend?
A Wednesday, but then there's also Chrissy's show on Thursday, and I know some people are staying over the weekend, so there'll be stuff. I just don't know what. Everything's
Well,
last minute usually.
Maybe we could do Side Scrollers on location. That'd be
They
super.
do.
Ooh.
They usually put up like a podcast room, right? Wherever or actually, I don't know if there's going to be a content house.
I don't think there's going to be a content house, but there will be
Okay.
like a FNT, the Sticky Paws. I think that's where we're going to do it this time. So,
Okay,
see.
Cool.
sounds
All
awesome. Trav, you got anything, buddy? Oh,
was
Travis'
muted.
mic is muted. That's right. That's right.
We're
Sounds good.
good.
Sounds good. We're gonna get Mike's his mic squared away. All right, so we're gonna head over to Patreon. I'm gonna kill you, Twitch. You're out of here, Twitch. See you guys later. Thanks
Oh.
so much.
Also, if you have Prime, use your Prime sub on Twitch
Yes, they
That
Did you already
might
kill
be
the Twitch
certain.
speech?
I already killed it. That's
for
okay.
the future.
But you guys over on YouTube, head over to youtube.com/ it's at YouTube. Or sorry, it's twitch.tv/Dutter and Craig. Go in and use your Prime over there. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, YouTube, we're gonna say goodbye to you. We're gonna head over to Patreon right now.
Bye.
We're gonna continue on for just a couple more minutes. We are clear.